good move, another sick move, and another sick shot. Jahari Simmons. Now Jackson's running. FSU's got 3 guys back, though. Oh, my God, he just broke his ankle. Oh, Jahari Simmons with the move of the season. David Wilson will take free throws for the Tigers. First one's in. Now Williams has got it. 3. Jelani Wright again.
Back at you.
Rivers is trying to get a screen. Nelson in front. Good shot. Rivers, he's going to put up a 3. It's good!
Sunshine State Broadcasting, your community broadcaster.
Good evening, everybody, from Miller's Ale House on the corner of Hodges and Beach Boulevard here in Jacksonville. Our wonderful host for this evening. You are watching the North Florida All-Star Classic Draft Show. I'm BP, alongside my expert analyst, Scott Cooper, and the man behind all of this All-Star Classic, Mr. Marcus Dixon from ReponrepsHoops. Good evening, Marcus and Scott. Glad to have Scott with us, always doing some great work. But Marcus, welcome to the broadcast tonight.
Yes, thank you for having us. Thank you guys for doing this for us. It's super exciting. The kids are excited, so let's get it going.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to do a quick wrap-up of the high school season. So now everything has come to a close and championships have been awarded. Scott, we've been busy this year with high school basketball.
No, it's been a fun season. A lot of Jacksonville, North Florida, Northeast Florida teams were able to represent, the area down in Lakeland. Didn't come away with what we wanted to, but I tell you what, we had a lot of good teams, a lot of great coaches, great players that represented us really well down in Lakeland.
There was a wealth of talent. You and I actually got to saw a little bit of it during the 1A through 3A week of the tournament. We were both there watching Andrew Jackson in the semifinals take on the Villages Charter, and there was a lot of good basketball played throughout the year. So here's some history for you, just from the SSB side of things. This is not necessarily the whole of Northeast Florida, but 32 games that we had on our lenses this year, 23 different teams that we encountered throughout the season. Of those 23 teams, 13 of them made the playoffs. 11 of them were district champions. 4 of the 5 that were from Northeast Florida we covered, and they were all number 1 seeds. The only one that we missed was Tecoy Creek. So we got a lot of really good basketball this season from in this area and outside of the area. We saw the likes of Atlantic, the Sharks from Port Orange. They were a district champ this year. Auburndale, the Bloodhounds, also district champions this year. We got to see Fletcher for the first time in a really good district tournament finish against Oakleaf. We also saw Andrew Jackson tear up the competition this year, going all the way, and probably the loudest game that we had in their regional final against FSU High School. Boy, they really put it on the Seminoles in that game. There's some really good opponents. And then watching our teams go down to Lakeland for semifinals. So just kind of a recap from what you guys have seen this year. Talk about some highlights. Scott, I'll start with you since you've had some direct experience too. Give me some highlights from this season.
Oh, I tell you what, we saw a lot of games that came down to the wire. We saw a lot of games that relied on missed free throws. A lot of games that the Leon Fleming Island game, for example, was a big upset in the area. So we got to see another team from Tallahassee. But we saw so many games that, like I talked about during the season, was a lot of mental toughness that these kids had to show. It was a lot more, ton of basketball talent, but those teams with mental toughness really took it to the next step.
Absolutely. Marcus, you've seen a lot of basketball too and post a lot on social media. What were some highlights that you had seen?
Oh, man, just as an organization, we see so many basketball games from the boys and the girls side. To the point that's kind of overloaded right now. I can't even pinpoint a game, but I just know we enjoyed seeing several teams like Andrew Jackson on the boys' side, the girls' side, Bowles, Providence, some of those powerhouses that we have in the city. It's been a joy to watch. Seeing the journey for each player, each team has been a joy for us. So we just try to do better and go out as many games as possible and show the love that we can. So super grateful for this year, all the coaches that allowed us to come in their space, the players, the connections that we made. We're super grateful for that.
Absolutely. Well, I can't get out of my head the back-to-back tournament matchups between Fleming Island and Jackson this year, once at the Fortegra and then a week later at the Battle of the Island, coming down to three-point shooting at the end and such an exciting finish. One of the most watched games that we had at that part of the year was Andrew Jackson and Fleming Island, and what a game that turned out to be. But how about Ponte Vedra going triple overtime in the state semifinals?
Yeah.
I mean, that game just did not want to end, and it finally did. But my goodness gracious, talk about a marathon.
Nobody wanted to score.
No.
I mean, I think it was 0-0 in one overtime, and it's just to me, I mean, that's crazy. And that's another thing. A lot of winning the state championships comes down to luck. Somebody needs a little luck. You talk about it. It's the same with NFL playoffs, all these, a fumble here or there. It comes down to a little luck. You know, one missed shot, one turnover. Jackson coming down to Jahari's last shot.
Yeah.
You know, that goes in. It's a different story. So it's just it's such a little room for error when it comes down to those games.
Yeah, this season was also very exciting for me because of a lot of the fan energy that took place. We got to see a lot of really good student sections this year, just a lot of love for their fellow athletes, and just, you know, the support that they get from the girls teams as well. You see a lot of that mutual respect for both sides of it. And the cool thing about this All-Star Classic is that we're going to get to see athletes from as young as middle school all the way to high school, both boys and girls. And Marcus, I want to have you talk a little bit about the history behind this. So this is your 4th year.
Yes, sir.
Right. And what got you guys motivated to put on this All-Star Classic, and how has it grown in the past couple of years?
Our first year, we were just trying to get in on the scene, trying to figure out how can we make a generational impact in the community. And one of our mentors, Michael Ross, Toby Frazier, they actually started the All-Star Game years ago. And Coach Ross came to us, me and my partner Nick, and was like, hey guys, I want you guys to take it over, take it to new heights. I know you guys can. So shout out to Coach Ross for giving us that opportunity. But we've just been trying to grow every year. I think that's the goal, really, is to continue to grow, continue to make it a first-class event for all athletes from middle school to high school, girls and boys. So it's been growing. I'm super excited to see the product. So you guys see the product that we have for Saturday. It's going to be enjoyable for all ages, so please come on out and support the athletes.
Yeah, and I'll tell you that, I can talk, as wear a bunch of different hats, as a father, as a coach. What you guys do for the community, for these kids, that, it shows them, it gets them in front of the crowd.
Yes,
it gets them, it could get them in front of a college coach. Mm-hmm. The articles that they write, the things that they do. Mm-hmm. So as a dad and coach, I really appreciate what you guys do for these kids. That's
great to hear. I appreciate that. Like you said, like having a college environment on a court is going to be like an NBA environment Saturday, and most kids don't get that opportunity. So we want them to be happy and have a good time. That's really the goal. It's going to be competitive, but we still want these kids to have fun, families to watch their kids for the last time in Jacksonville. So I'm just grateful to have this opportunity.
And that's a really cool event that's going to be taking place this Saturday, March the 15th at Florida State College of Jacksonville on Beach Boulevard. It's $10 admission. There's 25 VIP courtside opportunities. But the bonus this year is that you're going to be able to get to watch this game live on Sunshine State Broadcasting. For the first time ever, SSB is partnering with ReponrepsHoops to bring you a new twist on their All-Star Classic. So not only will you be able to see the game in person, but for all the family members that are out there that have been able to watch their games on SSB, now you get to watch them one more time in a celebrated All-Star Classic. We're going to be broadcasting from 5 p.m. onward Saturday the 15th. We're going to get the girls varsity All-Star game. We'll take a break and do the slam dunk and three-point contest, do an awards ceremony, watch some hardware get handed out, and then we close it out with the boys game. And it's going to be exciting. And tonight we actually have the boys captains here this evening, and they're going to be doing a draft of their teams right now on SSB. You're going to see that. So Jahari Simmons and David Sanchez are the team captains, and we're going to be doing their draft in just a couple of minutes. We do have the girls draft as well. And on the screen, Courtney's going to pull that up for us here. Captains Abby Knopf and Janai Jordan have already picked their teams due to a conflict. They weren't able to be with us tonight, but that graphic will be on the screen for you. You get to see that the girls game. And that's going to be exciting. Again, that's our kickoff, 5 p.m. on Sunshine State Broadcasting of the North Florida All-Star Classic. If you're in town in Jacksonville, go out there, cheap fun for the family, go watch a great All-Star game, some really cool three-point contests and slam dunks. I'm excited about the slam dunk contest. Scott, we saw a couple this year that could have been a little posterizers.
Marcus was going to get me out of retirement. So
come on, man. Let's do it.
The 50 and over dunk contest.
Sell some tickets. Come on, man.
They just had an alumni game at Jackson, and I almost asked Coach Shemwell, do you want a short guy to come out just for fun? I'm not the perimeter shooter I used to be, but I'll take a chance at it.
I grew up with some of the old Jackson guys, 89 graduate here, and my '89 graduate friends from Jackson, I saw on their alumni thing that they had a guy from 1987 that was playing in it. So I had to hit up my guys. Was like, you're gonna let this '87 guy show you guys up?
Right.
Get out of retirement,
I could
fellas.
only
But
imagine
they
the
didn't do
highlight reel.
it. They didn't want to do it.
Fantastic. But Marcus, thank you for joining us tonight, and thank you for your partnership with us. We're looking forward to a phenomenal broadcast and a phenomenal event. It's going to be a busy day on Saturday. There's also middle school competition as well, so you want to come out early and see future stars of the high school hardwood hit the court. That's going to be an exciting opportunity for them. Again, another thing that you guys are doing that's awesome is giving that future opportunity to those stars that are not yet freshmen, but will be very, very soon, and it's going to be their turn.
Giving them a taste of what's to come.
Yeah, there's some really good middle school kids out there, and
absolutely,
like we talked about earlier, on the girls' side, there were a lot of girls teams representing our area down in Lakeland as well. So some really good players.
Yeah, super excited.
Marcus, tell us a little bit about the coaching selections that you guys did this year. You've picked some all-star coaches actually to lead these squads with the boys and girls. Tell us a little bit about why you selected the coaches this year and what sort of criteria that you went into.
So obviously we know North Florida has a ton of great coaches. It's kind of hard to dwindle it down. But obviously what goes into it is the players that's playing in it. As an example, you have Jahari playing in it from Jackson, so we thought to have Byron. Byron has a lot of kids that's in the All-Star game that he's been coaching from AAU to high school ball. So that was a no-brainer. Coach Ben Wilson from Ponte Vedra just took his team to a state championship appearance. Easily could have won the game, but you know how things crumble. But and for the girls' side, same thing. You know, we look at these great coaches who had great years. Coach Clement at Bartram Trails had a great year building these girls up. And Coach Stevenson at Bowles, same with as Ponte Vedra's coach, got to the state championship game. So kind of want to reward winning. You know, want to reward that and kind of connect them with the players that's in it. So that's really the goal behind everything.
So Byron and Ben have faced each other before on the hardwood this season. You think there's going to be a little smack talk going between the two of them?
Hey, what you guys don't know, behind the camera, they are literally picking teams and like talking junk between each other. And Byron's instigating. He's really the instigator over there. He's really just over there like. He got a little smile on his face. He's the one that's stirring stuff up over there. He said he's going to make it competitive, so it's all him.
Jahari and David have been having a conversation off to the side here. Of course, they're like good high school boys. They're over there scarfing food, which I would be too if that were them. But I've been listening to the strategy going on back and forth and said, no, you can't pick him. But we're going to have those guys come up in just a second. But again, Marcus, thank you very much.
Oh, we appreciate
Scott, we're going to hang out and do some draft.
Yeah.
So let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll reset. We'll have Jahari and David come up, and we're also going to talk to Coach Byron Shemwell, who's here with us tonight. This is the North Florida All-Star Classic Draft Party, and you're watching it on SSB. We'll be right back.
Good move, another sick move, and another sick shot. Jahari Simmons. Now Jackson's running. FSU's got three guys back, though. Oh, my God, he just broke his ankle. Jahari Simmons with the move of the season. David Wilson will take free throws for the Tigers. First one's in. Now Williams has got it. Three. Jelani Wright again.
Back at you.
Rivers is trying to get a screen. Nelson in front. Good shot. Rivers, he's going to put up a three. It's good!
Sunshine State Broadcasting, your community broadcaster. Subscribe, like, share, and comment on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and X.
All right, welcome back, everybody. It's time to do some drafting here. I've got David Sanchez, Jahari Simmons, two amazing basketball players, by the way, that we have seen on SSB cameras. Watch these guys duel at Andrew Jackson earlier in the season. And, congratulations on a heck of a year, guys, going all the way to Lakeland. That's a big deal for you guys. And real quick, David, triple overtime, man, to get to the championship game. What was going through your mind after that game, after three overtimes?
Really, we was just exhausted, triple overtime, a lot of minutes, 44 minutes in total. But really, we're just trying to get the job done and come out with the W and just finish the job and go on to the state chip.
Absolutely. And Jahari, I know you guys had a fantastic run this season. Y'all played some really quality opponents. That regional final, possibly the loudest game we'd ever had against a very good opponent. And, you guys all the way down and unfortunately, lost to the Villages. But to get that far under Coach Shemwell's first season, what's going through your mind as you close it out and go to the offseason?
It was a good season. My last time playing with Coach Byron, before Coach Byron. So it was definitely a special season, but I'm ready to see what he does with the new guys and the younger guys next season.
Yeah, absolutely. So, got one more game here, some all-star fun. We're going to have the draft go back and forth. So David will pick first, and then Jahari will pick after. He's going to pick 2 in a row. But before that,
can I ask a quick question? So, you guys did play each other in the regular season. Was there any? We covered that game. Was there any talk in that game? I mean, give me your thoughts on that.
It was a lot of talk, but I mean, he lost by 20, 30, so it's like it wasn't really nothing he really could have said during the game. I mean, he played a good game, but himself, but his team really didn't come to play. The light was a little too bright for his teammates. It happens though. It happens. That's all love, David, man. It's all love. Man.
It's gonna be different in the All-Star game, though. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be different in the All-Star game. Team Sanchez coming out. Team Sanchez coming out.
David, you told me that in AAU. What did you say PV was going to do to Jackson? What did you say, though?
Team West going to come out.
What you said, though? You said y'all was going to beat us by 20.
That's a pass.
Listen,
a pass.
I'm going to throw it down right here. Whichever one of y'all picked Jelani Wright, I better see threes raining. Because I know Jahari can go downtown. I know Jelani can go downtown. We've watched a lot of it this season. So I better see rain, either one of y'all. But, hey, listen, this is going to be a great game regardless of what's happening. All right, so David's got first pick. He's going to pick 1, and then Jahari's going to come back and pick 2. We're picking the starting 5 first. Those are going to be our big 5, and then they're going to go back and forth into some reserve picks. So with the first pick in the North Florida All-Star Classic 2025 draft,
I'm going to have to go with Big Aug out of University Christian, Augustine. And that's my first pick.
Augustine Ayuyene. What a good pick, man. I mean, if you're going to go big,
going with size
go
first, right?
Got to.
I don't blame you. Good choice. All right, so Jahari, you've got 2 picks now, so you got picks 2 and 3. Go ahead.
With my first pick, I'll be going with Jamie Jackson from Reebok, and my second pick will be Big AD from UC.
Oh, so
Okay,
both of the Twin Towers go to each team. So Adalbert Alate, who hit us up on social media, so he's going to be excited about this game too. So, all right, the Twin Towers from UC have been spoken for. Now let's see how they fill out the rest of the lineup. David, you're up.
For my second pick or third pick, I'm going to have to go with David Wilson out of Andrew Jackson. That's my boy.
Splitting him up. All right.
Got to.
I see the strategery going on here. All right, Jahari, you're up.
With my second pick, I'll be going with CJ Hall out of Hilliard.
Athletic.
So, yeah, Hilliard getting some love in the All-Star game. All right, David, back to you.
I mean, Jamie and his team are going to have to get split up, so I'm going to have to pick Caden Tor for my pick. They're going to have to go against each other.
A lot of these teammates are getting split up right now.
David thought this through, I think. All right, Jahari, you're up. Go ahead.
With my fourth pick, I'll be taking Sterling Moody out of Impact Christian.
All right.
Another team that we saw in Lakeland.
Absolutely. Another good team that went almost all the way.
And to match up Moody, I need a scorer, shooter out of Bartram Chair, Landon Jaron, shooter.
Another good choice on the perimeter. All right, Jahari, who you got?
This is the reserves now, right?
So starters are out now. We're filling out the rosters.
Okay. With my first reserve, I'll be going with Chris Jackson out of Impact.
With my first reserve, I'm going to have to go with my boy, Caleb McDuffie out of Reebok.
One more Trojan on the roster. All right, Jelani, go ahead.
With my second reserve, I'll be going with Trey Torchin from Potter's House.
For my second reserve, I'm going to have to go with I'm going to go with Tavion Dunbar out of Hilliard.
With my next reserve, to match Tavion Dunbar, I'll be picking up Derek Rivers from Creekside High School.
Derek had a great year at Creekside.
Hit an absolute banger of a 3 in Fleming Island and pretty much cost the Eagles that game. So yeah, that's an excellent pick.
And then with my reserve pick, I'm going to have to go with I'm going to have to pick
No pressure.
there's a lot of pressure.
It's just the whole internet, man. Nobody's watching.
I'm about to go with Caden Ferguson.
I'm going to get a little more size on my roster. So with my next reserve, I'm going to go with Tyson Gilbert out of Sequoia Creek.
Oh, yeah. It's a good choice.
Toros state semifinalist, another good pick.
I'm going to have to match that, get somebody athletic, bouncy, out of Wolfson High School, Cornell Wheeler.
Yeah.
I like it. Definitely athletic and bouncy.
With my next reserve, I'm going to get me a shooter. I would go Jesus Rice out of Rains High School.
All right. I'm going to have to match that, get another shooter out of Oakleaf, Jelani Wright, straight sniper.
There it is. All-time leader at Oakleaf now and made threes.
With my next reserve, I forgot he not even playing.
It's not going to matter either way.
I hope you heard that.
We're going.
In case you didn't, David said it didn't.
I already got Tyson. I'll take C.J. Williams out of First Coast.
Then, I picked Jelani. My reserve pick, I'm going to have to go with, I like Jesse out of Fernandina. That's my boy.
David, no way. You left. Yo, wait, who you had got your first reserve? You did? I don't think you said it, bro. You said, all right, I was making sure. I ain't seen my your paper written now, so you feel me?
There's a dispute as to the picking order here.
I ain't see right down here. Who you just got?
I just got
Jesse, okay.
Sleeper.
I'm going to take Ben Ward.
Ben Ward out of AC.
Shooter. That got some cheers over there from
that's
the
a shooter.
Gallery.
Then, we still missing this one.
I got C.J. Williams. You need
No.
Connor Neal and Jeremy Heck.
So it's in between
I think
two.
that's the last two. And Ryder.
Ryder.
Dude, yeah,
I'm going to have to pick. Yeah, I did pick Landon. So we were 3 left.
Yeah, C.J., Connor, and Ryder.
Yep.
CJ.
No,
Yeah.
no, we good. These 3 right here.
Yes.
Ryder, those 2 and 3.
Yep, that's right.
What about him?
Oh, yeah, and Jeremy.
All right. I'm going to have to pick. I'm going to have to pick Connor Neal out of Bishop Snyder.
With my next reserve, I'll go with Ryder K out of Fletcher High School.
Another shooter.
And did a fantastic job in that district tournament, by the way. Played his butt off.
So in between Jeremy and CJ, right?
Yeah. No,
Jeremy.
I got CJ.
Jeremy and who?
Jeremy. I think it's just Jeremy. I got CJ Williams.
You did?
Yeah.
All right, then with the last pick, I'm going to get Jeremy. That's a sleeper right there. Sleeper. That's it, right?
Yeah, should be the last one. Yeah, that's the last one.
All right.
Did we get Landon?
Yeah, I did.
got it.
It don't matter. We're going to win either way. It don't matter.
Don't worry. If you forgot something, it'll be on YouTube later. So we'll remind you of the victory or mistake you
Team
made.
East, right?
Nonetheless, so David
that would make
Sanchez,
sense, I'm not gonna lie.
Jahari Simmons, they're going to be smack talking for the next couple of days, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You know it. Come on.
So let's talk about you guys in particular. So what David, I'll start with you since you're right next to me. So what's the future hold for you in terms of playing beyond high school? And, what are your plans?
I mean, I committed to Southeastern University down in Lakeland, so right where we were playing in the RP Funding Center, and very excited. Love the coaches. The coaches were showing some love, and definitely excited to play there next year. And just wait for the future. What it holds for me.
Absolutely. And Jahari, where are you looking at to play after high school now that your career at Jackson's done?
I'm still undecided, but I have my signing day next week during spring break, so that's when everybody will know.
Okay.
So you're undecided, but you're just not telling anybody.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna do the hat thing.
Couple
Okay.
extra, some fries or something.
Sneak preview.
You'll
Sneak preview.
You'll find out next week.
Well, that's good though. So, and because you guys, both on spring break next week, so I have a chance to kick back and, wrap out the weekend here, then take a break from school for a little bit. So, and what are you going to miss most about playing basketball in high school? What's something that you're going to just like, man, I can't take that with me. I got to leave it here.
I mean, really just going to States every year, Never not been to States once, spending time with my boys, putting in pain, practice, and definitely handing out some buckets.
Jahari, what about you? What are you going to miss most about basketball?
Just the memories, the school, the love that the crowd came every game and showed love, memories with the guys, stuff during practice, out of practice, during school, probably went somewhere after school. Just a lot of memories we're gonna miss, man. I'm gonna miss my boy Shim Diesel, man. Last season with my guy, but yeah.
You guys, you guys have had your careers outside of your teammates. Who are some guys you look forward to like following behind you in the Jacksonville, North Florida area? To like carry your torch, not on your current teams, but just in the city in general, in the area. Who are some names that you can think of?
Definitely one of my boys on OTOD when me and Jahari we play with him. Definitely Ronald Clark. He's gonna have a big senior season for sure. That's my boy. And there's a lot of point guards out there, to fulfill our spots. And it's really up for grabs. Whoever wants to take the city under their wing.
Definitely my boy Ronald Clark, man. I'm saying? My boy been learning from me and David for a little minute, so excited to see him. Also, my guy TC, that's like my little brother. Terrence Clark out of Reigns. Mm-hmm. That's like my little brother right there, so I'm happy to see how he'll progress in these next couple years. I think he got 2 more years to go. Yeah. So, yeah, I'll be happy to see how he proceeds. I'll be definitely coming down, catching some games every now and then whenever I can.
All right, last question before we take a quick break here and get Coach Shemwell on. So, the next rising star, out of all the underclassmen that you guys have played with, who's next up to make the big splash, in your opinion?
I'm going to have to go with my teammate, Maddox Palmer. That's my boy. That's my brother. And I feel like he's gonna have a big senior season, and it's really up to him. Yeah, and I feel like he wants it.
Absolutely.
Right, yeah.
He's a fantastic athlete, by the way, too. And he matches up really good with Trace Westerkamp. You guys had a real good paint attack this season.
Maddox Palmer and Trace Westerkamp up next.
Yeah, it was absolutely. So, Jahari, who's next for you, man?
I want to see all my Jackson guys succeed. That's I play with. So guys like Terrell Mosley, Kareem Denard, I want to see their growth. But who I think the rising star next year will be is Terrence. I'm gonna say Terrence Clark or Ronald Clark. I feel like those are 2 good point guards, and I feel like they'll have some good battles this season.
Absolutely. Well, we're gonna let these guys go back to the trash talking and some appetizers, and when we come back, we'll have Coach Byron Shemwell get his thoughts on his season and talk about the All-Star game. You're watching the North Florida All-Star Classic Draft Show right here on SSB. We'll be right back.
Good move, another sick move, and another sick shot. Jahari Simmons. Now Jackson's running. FSU's got 3 guys back, though. Oh, my God, he just broke his ankle. Jahari Simmons with the move of the season. David Wilson will take free throws for the Tigers. First one's in. Now Williams has got it. 3. Jelani Wright again.
Back at you.
Rivers is trying to get a screen. Nelson in front. Good shot. Rivers, he's going to put up a 3. It's good!
Sunshine State Broadcasting, your community broadcaster. Subscribe, like, share, and comment on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and X.
Welcome back, everybody. North Florida All-Star Classic Draft Show, live from Miller's Ale House over here on Beaches and Hodges. BP alongside Scott Cooper, and now we're joined by Coach Byron Shemwell from Andrew Jackson, also one of our All-Star coaches coming into the weekend. Coach, thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
Appreciate it. How y'all doing?
Doing good, Coach.
Always good to see y'all.
Absolutely. Well, we didn't have the whole crew down there in Lakeland, but we saw y'all go down there, and what a heck of a run this season, man, to go all the way down and, real successful year, your first year as the head coach at Jackson. And just reflect on the season a little bit and give us some high points.
The season was good, man, from beginning to end. When you got, guys that come in every day and work hard, it makes your job much easier, and with my coaching staff, their dedication as well. The 28-3, I can be honest, I can say at the beginning of the season, I definitely didn't think we'd be 28-3, but as we continue to play games, I was like, oh, man, this could be a really special group. And, fell up 2 points short at Final Four. But we learned from that, and I think it'll carry us on for years to come to be able to get the state championship.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys are going to get a brand new gym floor over there at Jackson, so all sorts of evolutions going on over there now on Main Street.
Oh, yeah, new floor coming this season. They started on it today, actually. It's going to look real good.
Nice. And then,
Coach,
go ahead, Scott.
No, we got to do a few Jackson games this year, and one thing that we took away from it was you were the same person. Up 20, down, winning, losing, whatever it was, you were just cool.
Yeah.
You just did your thing. You coached them, and your team, your players did that. And I think, props to you for getting them to buy in with that. Like I talked all the season. I was like, a lot of these teams have talent, but the mental part is where get you to 28-3, get you to Lakeland, and they really fed off your coaching style and what you did. I mean, what do you do? Do you talk to them about that, or do they just feel it as the season goes?
No, a lot of it comes through in practice. We talk about the mental a lot. Staying focused, staying calm, not being too high, not being too low. And I try to challenge myself as well to make sure I'm not too high, not too low, because I know energy reflects. So if I can always give out positive energy, I always felt that they'll be good. Yeah. And in the midst of the season and the games we were playing, once they showed me how poised they really were, I was like, oh, yeah, they're going to be fine.
Yeah, no, you're right. You did a great job with that.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're big on player development, too. You do a lot of that outside of the high school area. Talk a little bit about that and how much working at the Classic means to you and what your outreach is.
Well, the outreach is making better players better people. You know what I'm saying? As far as development of the game, I tell kids all the time, you got to be consistent with your work. So if you're consistent with your work going to show. If you're not consistent with your work, it's going to be hard for your work to show. So we always just try to make sure when we training or working out at the school, we teach consistency and making sure that you're always about your work.
Yeah, and I can attest to that. Doesn't matter who you are. He treats them all the same. He's had my son in the gym and does great work. So I can attest to that. Coach Shimwell is a bright light in our area for the future of basketball, so I appreciate that.
No problem.
Yeah, absolutely. And we had an absolute blast doing games on Main Street this year. Y'all are the loudest gym we have ever been in all season long, with not just the crowd, but with the band, and then we had a DJ, the regional final. There was so much going on in there. Talk about how much the alumni support means to you and your boys.
We like the 20% that support us. You know what I'm saying? I preach that 20% all the time because that's pretty much what it been. The other 80%, they'll show up whether they want to see us lose or see us win. That's their business. But the alumni support we do have, we appreciate it. We take it with stride, and we just hope they keep coming out to watch us.
Absolutely. So, coaching a game on Saturday, some All-Stars. You got a little mix of some of the best and brightest in North Florida. But we've already seen some trash talking happening here a little earlier, and you've faced this gentleman before, Coach Ben Pontevedra. You've done this before, and have you guys, given a little smack back and forth leading up to this, or has this been a more gentlemanly approach up until Saturday?
No, we really haven't even got to the point where we went back and forth. We spoke about the All-Star game today, but it wasn't no friendly banter yet. But I knew Jahar and David, they were going to be talking trash. Like I said, they played together during the summertime, so they know each other pretty well. So I knew that they wanted to make the game competitive, and they're both on board about playing hard. So it should be fun.
Absolutely. And to get up to play in a college-type environment, almost borderline pro environment with the way that this is turning out, what would that mean to you as a player had you had that opportunity back in your playing days?
I would have took it as a time to be in the gym with some of the best players in our area and play hard and prove myself. That's what I take it as. It's 13 on the team. Why not compete? Right. Like I tell the kids all the time, this not the NBA All-Star game. This is the Reps on Reps All-Star game. So you should come and play hard. Right. You know what I mean?
Nobody's sleeping on this one.
Right. They put you in a good atmosphere. They got a whole lineup of events throughout the day. Like, why wouldn't you come ready to play?
Yeah, we asked the kids. They're passing the torch on to other kids in North Florida area. Who are some young kids that not necessarily on Jackson, but just in the community that you're looking to keep an eye on, as to carry the torch of the Northeast Florida area?
Man, honestly, I haven't got out to see much middle school. I see a little bit here and there, but I know it's some younger kids out there that's gonna do some great things for us. We're probably just waiting on them to get to high school to see it.
Right. What about in the high school level across the city? Who's
your next man up?
For us?
No,
for anybody.
Just for anybody. There's a few guys I like. I like the, of course, my kids at Jackson. The Terrells, the Justins, the Wrens, the Jacobys, guys like that who's coming up next.
Right.
But Impact, I like Ronald. Mm-hmm. I like Langston Hawkworth at Nice. I like him. Your son's going to be really good, I think. He definitely got the size. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Who else we got out there? It's a lot of good 2026s and 2027s out there. They're hard to think of, but just to say a few, yeah.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of that talent we got to see showcased on SSB. So just the sampling that we've gotten of it, there's a lot of good that's still coming up that we have yet to see. So I think you're right. 26 and 27 are going to be a couple of really solid years.
28 probably going to be good too.
28. 28.
Well, and you look back, and we mentioned this earlier, of the 23 teams that we had individually on our cameras, 13 of them made playoff runs. And that's not all inclusive of just North Florida, but when you really look at it, 13 teams from North Florida, and that's from Port Orange on northward, all made playoff runs this year. That's a lot of quality basketball when you think about it, and 4 number 1 seeds of the 5 that were from North Florida or teams we got to watch. I mean, talk about that Tucoy Creek team for a second. Their first 4 years in existence, and they were the only team from the state of Florida that sent both their girls and boys to a state Final Four this year.
That's impressive.
I mean, talk about making some noise there. So there's a lot of good going on that we have yet to see.
They got to feel good.
Absolutely.
Feel good. Like
even with the results.
You got to feel good.
Yeah, even get knocked out in the semis. Just the fact that you brought both of your teams to the state finals is a huge deal.
And I only seen that twice with my eyes.
Yeah, that's.
Ponte Vedra did it last year too, when they sent both of theirs, and then Tucoy this year. That's why
Yeah.
Okay.
So again, some great basketball just coming out of that part of Florida too. So, and speaking more on this All-Star game, like you said, it's not the NBA All-Star game. We're going to see a lot of hard playing and going to some real raw talent on showcase. But something I'm looking forward to is the slam dunk contest. And I know in a game you have that tendency when you see the kid running on a break, he's in transition, and they try to do the reasonable thing and get the points, but every once in a while they just lay one in. Who are you looking forward to out of the field to just absolutely posterize a dunk this weekend?
I got my pick. I'll let Coach go first, though. We might have the same
probably
pick.
Jamie and Jackson or C.J. Hall.
C.J. Hall.
Yeah,
I'm going with C.J. Hall. He's my early pick.
Don't sleep on Tyson Gilbert either.
You're right. No, you're right.
David
you're right.
Wilson to dunk on you too.
Yeah, we saw David do a couple of them. Yeah,
there's a couple of names out there that'll dunk on you. Yeah. I'll be waiting to see it.
Yeah.
And I hope the defender jumps.
Yeah.
Right.
I do. I want to see the meat at the rim. I want to see the meat at the rim.
Absolutely. So, and of course, we've also got some super talented 3-point shooters. Jahari's been one of them this year. Jelani Wright's coming out. Ryder K's he can pull up and shoot too. So, out of all the 3-point shooters, who do you think is going to absolutely blow it up this weekend?
Jahari Simmons.
Of course.
Yeah.
I didn't even have to ask him.
We'll have to cut his mic if he says somebody else.
I honestly think it's going to be a duel between Jahari and Jelani. I think when those two got comfortable all season long, they were just they just point and shoot and it went in. There was nothing you could do to stop them.
Right.
So and we also found out in the defensive situations that if you face guarded either one of them, they weren't going to shoot and be effective, and that happened to Jelani right now. Jahari's a little bit more agile and will move a little.
Right.
But both of them too, phenomenal shooters. We got to see a lot of pretty shots this year from both of them.
No doubt.
So Scott, who do you got in the 3-point contest?
Man, I I'm going to have to go with Jackson, Jahari. I tell you, the kid, he's played under the bright lights all year long.
Yeah.
Some of these kids haven't done that. They're going to get there Saturday. Yeah. It's going to be their first time with any pressure. Dude just came off, a trip to Lakeland, played in big games all year. So I think he's going to get the edge. He's my vote.
His season was crazy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
500 points in a season.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
That's crazy.
I mean, it is
Unbelievable. And he did it not in big games, not just once, but twice against FSU High. And we heard earlier in the season that game was going to be the one to preview for the regionals. And doggone it if it wasn't right that we saw that game twice. Charlie Ward doesn't have much to say on the court, but I saw you guys have a handshake afterwards.
Yeah.
How much respect do you have for a guy like him who's played in the pros? He's got a Heisman Trophy, and he's coaching at his alma mater's high school, and he's developed a pretty good team out there.
No, there's some respect there, man. From when I was an assistant, when I used to reach out to him for film and stuff. So being to the point to where we can go head to head like that, it's still respect. But I knew we were going to win. So it's all good.
There has not been a game, Coach, that I have talked to you that you did not have that level of confidence. I remember walking over to your entire staff in Lakeland, chilling. I mean, as cool as a cucumber. Everybody's like, "Nah, we got this. We got this."
No, we feel like we can win every game.
Yeah.
Because we feel like we prepare enough and we know how we supposed to play. So we always say we play our game, we got a chance we can win. But we're never going into a game thinking we can lose.
Right.
So 99.9% of the time, we're going to tell you we're going to win.
Absolutely. That's why he's so much fun to talk to. Absolutely. Coach Byron Shimwell, we appreciate you joining us. Looking forward to Saturday. And thank you for your hospitality all season long, back and forth to Jackson. We're going back to Main Street next year.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And we're looking forward to seeing that bright, new, shiny floor.
We're going to make it more exciting this year.
I'm looking forward
to
to
it. More exciting.
You can do that. You can do that.
Yeah,
it's already exciting, but
if
you didn't think Main Street was exciting before, you need to come now and tell the band, go ahead, bring it all. That's fine. I'll wear earplugs if I have to. Okay. So we've had a request from Courtney, our producer over here. We've had, of course, Scott's been on the broadcast with us at one point, and we've had Coach Hayward from Fleming Island girls coach.
Right.
And so I enjoy having a rotating guest analyst because it definitely makes our broadcast interesting. But for some reason, you were on the schedule this year, and then all of a sudden, I heard nah. Now, at one point, I give you the pass because if mama ain't happy, nobody happy. Right. And if it's a happy wife, happy life.
Right.
But I'm going to look in the camera right here and said, Mrs. Shemwell, can I borrow your husband for 1 or 2 games during the basketball season? Scott's wife was really nice to me and let me borrow him.
That's right.
I even made him late for dinner one night. But that's okay. He came back and did a ball game with me.
Hey, we locked in. We locked in. Yeah, we locked in.
See, that's the answer I expected to get from a professional.
We'll be there. We just gonna make sure it's a big time game. We want to be there for the big time game.
Well, there's a big time game going on Saturday night. This guy's going to put together a fantastic squad. They've already picked the teams. We've already traded.
We've made some.
Yes,
we've made some last minute.
They're probably
trades.
making trades and everything over there, man.
So to remind everybody of the rules here, so we did the starting 5, and those are pretty much locked. They've got the reserve picks in, but there's a trade window that opened up right after we finished. Yeah. So they've been going back and forth and flip-flopping. So the roster you heard tonight is not final. I guarantee there's some reservists that got moved around a little bit.
And I bet Jahar's over there trying to get his guys from Jackson.
He's lobbying.
Hey,
he's lobbying 1 or 2 right now? Okay, Garrett's
I don't know if y'all realized this while they was up here, but they really like each other's people.
They do.
No doubt.
They do.
They really like each other's people.
They come from here, right?
Yeah.
OTOD,
They made them take their stuff off, man. So I kept mine on. We all good.
That's okay.
No, they're family. I get it.
They're absolutely loving this moment right now, and this is what this is about. So, a couple ways that you can watch this game. If you're in the Jacksonville area, come on out to FSCJ campus on Beach Boulevard. We'll be in the gym. It's a fantastic facility. Scott, you were there for the Fortegra tournament, so you can attest to it. It's a great place to have a basketball game, regardless of the level. It's $10 to get in. If you want VIP courtside seating, it's $25. If you're out of town or otherwise can't make it to the game, well, I've got news for you. You can sit right here on this YouTube channel and subscribe and watch live. SSB will have coverage of the girls and boys games, plus the 3-point slam dunk contest and the award ceremony, all hosted by Reps on Reps Hoops. It's a phenomenal partnership, and we look forward to having that happen for years to come. It's a great week for basketball. These guys finish out, then they go to spring break, some fun in the sun, and then they're right back to hitting the books. So with that said, Scott, some final thoughts as we close it up here.
I'm looking forward to it. It's been such a fun basketball season. I got to be there on both sides. I got to help you. You covered some games of my son, and being able to go out to Jackson and see friends out that I have out there, and then cover their games. It's been a blast. So hope to do it again next year.
Absolutely, Scott. More than welcome to come back. Yes, I can't make any promises about dinner time though. We'll airlift some food in. And Coach Shenwell, just some final thoughts as you head into the week here.
I'm coming Saturday to commentate the girls' game. I'm gonna be there.
Listen to this.
I'm gonna be there.
No, okay.
I'm gonna be there for the girls' game. I'll be there.
Okay, well, you know what?
Okay.
I'm all in. All right. Sorry to Doug Dieters at Clay. Sorry, I'll hit you around in the back. So Doug Dieters, great guy in Clay, absolutely loves what we do. So. For Scott Cooper, for Byron Shumway, our producer, Courtney Wallace, Garrette Bindford on the camera, for Marcus Dixon from Reps on Reps and his partner Nick. What a great night we've had here at the Ale House on Beaches and Hodges. We will see you Saturday, 5 o'clock. Subscribe and watch live to our YouTube channel. Also, if you want to listen to flag football tomorrow, we have a game on SSB Radio, a new venture that we've added on here. I've got Middleburg and Fleming Island tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. I'll have the call for you starting at 6 p.m. Just go to our website, ssbjacks.com, to listen live. From the Ale House here, this is BP. We'll see you guys Saturday for the North Florida All-Star Classic. So long, everyone.
Good move, another sick move, and another sick shot. Jahari Simmons. Now Jackson's running. FSU's got 3 guys back, though. Oh, my God, he just broke his ankle. Jahari Simmons with the move of the season. David Wilson will take free throws for the Tigers. First one's in. Now Williams has got it. 3. Jelani Wright again.
Back at you.
Rivers is trying to get a screen. Nelson in front. Good shot. Rivers, he's going to put up a 3. It's good!
Sunshine State Broadcasting, your community broadcaster. Subscribe, like, share, and comment on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and X.